Hi guys, I hope you're really good and you enjoyed the class this morning. The idea was for you to share your ideas, your understanding of the topic. And remember that this is an oral expression course, so you need to talk. That's the main idea. So I will try to do activities in which you have to talk as much as possible. So now this is a short summary about the topic that we analyzed, which is globalization in very general terms. You know that globalization is a very wide topic, but here we're going to cover it in very simple words and in a very general way. So first of all, as we saw in the class, globalization is a word that comes from global, and global comes from globe, referring to the globe, or globe, right? Like the earth. That means that it's a movement or a process that has been widely extended throughout the world. Someone said in the class that uh, even though globalization is all around the globe, it affects each community or each country in a different way. And that's true. However, regardless how each community is affected, globalization is a reality in every single part of the world. Okay, so to start, here we can see that globalization means making something global. At the beginning, it referred only to the economic aspect, creating a global economy, a capitalist actually economic system. However, with time, it also involved other aspects of life like culture, like society, beliefs, behavior, etc. Right? Inevitable globalization affected every single area of our lives because now we are interconnected and we cannot live basically without being connected with people all around the world. Also, it is important to know that globalization strengthened the dominance of transnational corporations and organizations. One of these days, one of the students were asking me what was the difference between transnational and multinational companies or corporations, and they are basically the same. The only difference is how the rules are set. Okay, transnationals are companies or corporations that are spread in different countries, but each country has the same set of rules to follow. However, multinational companies or corporations are also spread all around the world or in different countries, but each company, depending on its location, has its own set of rules. And they adapt their rules and their system and their way of work to the local system. Okay, so that is basically the difference between transnationals and multinationals. However, within globalization, they are strengthened. We give more emphasis or importance to companies that are all around the world or in different communities or countries. Now, we also studied that globalization directly affects different aspects or areas of our lives. The first one that we talked about was culture. In this case, we are changing from a local culture to a global culture due to globalization. But we also stated that it's not specifically a change. We are moving more into a mixture of different cultural aspects, like the following, the ones that we have here: traditions, language, expressions, different ways of expression, and also arts, gastronomy, religion, and religion. Is it the spelling of religion? No, this is a misspelling. This is an I. Models and behaviors, and this is very important. I think that culture is one of the aspects that have been more affected. We see how traditions are widely spread, and now we participate in activities that were only celebrated, for example, only in the US or in Europe, and now we are adopting them here. language. One of you said in the discussion, for example, English. Now everybody's trying to learn English, learn at least 2 or 3 languages so they can communicate and keep up to the modern world, right? And then we have expressions and arts, gastronomy, of course. I mean, as one of you said, mentioned the example of sushi. Now we have here sushi, and we have Thai food, and we have a lot of strange food from all around the world, and we like them, right? And we always want to try new things. Then in the case of religion, in the case of religion, again, at the beginning of some years ago, Costa Ricans were mostly uh, Catholics, right? But now we have a great variety of religions, and people are trying to adopt more free religions that come from other countries. And in terms of models and behaviors, it's exactly the same. Now with social networks, we follow a lot of influencers and other people which are our models, but they are from a different country. So now we are looking more like this and trying to behave in a way that is more standard in global terms. Okay, that was in terms of culture. Now in terms of society, now we have a network society. That means that each society is interconnected to different societies and different communities. And even if we have differences, we are all interrelated. As it says here, society, we are moving into a society that is connected in new communications and information technologies. One of the biggest or the most paramount points of this topic of globalization is, of course, communications and technology. We cannot say that this could have never happened, but maybe without technology, without the internet, without communications, globalization could have not occurred. I don't want to say that because we don't know, but maybe, uh, but maybe not. Actually, communications and the information technologies played a paramount role in terms of how globalization or this system, this shared system has spread all around the world. In terms of lifestyle, of course, globalization has also changed our lifestyle, right? It promotes progress. People have the American dream, even though even if we don't go to the US, we have that desire to progress, to improve our lifestyle, to achieve wealth. That's something very important in this system, in this capitalist system, to achieve wealthness, freedom, democracy, and happiness. We are looking for the perfect life through commerce, through money, through international exchange, etc. Right? And finally, technology. As I said before, I think that a key point in terms of globalization is technology, communication, the internet, because technological infrastructure makes possible globalization by creating a global economy. Okay, as I said at the beginning, globalization originally started more focused on the economy part, but then it moved and involved other aspects of life. Okay, and finally, from a social point of view, globalization involves all these aspects, like a capitalist market in terms of commerce, in terms of trade, like trading, in terms of the flow of commodities like oil, like gold, etc. Right? Technologies, as I said before, ideas, we also share ideas. Now we are more connected in terms of what is right, what is wrong, what is accepted, and we are trying to have like a global value system that is accepted all around the world. People, of course, I mean, we are the world, right? So from a social point of view, globalization has also shaped the way people are. And social relatives, of course, the social part, behaviors, relationships have also been shaped by globalization. So as the word says, globalization includes everything that is within this globe, and it has positive and negative aspects, but that's a process that we cannot stop. especially taking into account that if technology and the internet promoted the creation and development of globalization, we cannot say that technology development and the internet will stop someday. So probably globalization is going to continue until a moment in which um, we have a more standard system of everything: beliefs, behaviors, um, market styles, lifestyles, etc. Okay, so this was a very short review of the topic that we analyzed in this class, in this reading. If you have any questions or doubts, don't hesitate to ask me, to ask your classmates. You can type your questions in the group so anybody can answer. So I hope you're great, guys, and see you next class. Bye bye.